Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts commentary with King Salami Nipples and Princess BOOBS! I promised I was going to stop doing that, but I guess I'm a liar. But, on a little bit more solemn subject matter, at time of recording today, which is, right at the tail end of July, yeah, Joey Jordison, former drummer of Slipknot, has died, and, I'm sad. So, yeah, that kind of put a damper on my day. What does this have to do with Kingdom Hearts? Nothing really, but I'm just kind of saddened, really. Anyway, to get back to the game good and proper, this is pretty much where Triton gives a tacit expository point on Ursula, why she was banished, and all that good stuff. Again, I don't really go into it here, and again, a lot of the main plot of The Little Mermaid is mainly covered in Kingdom Hearts 2. Because, like, I mean, you won't be seeing Prince Spider-Man, you won't be seeing much of anything else. So, yeah, this is pretty much just the point of the movie where Ariel steals the trident and all that malarkey goes down. That being said, though, to kind of go on to the previous cutscene in the last part, you know, Ariel, do you ever consider that maybe, like, the king as your daddy is looking out for you? Which is more than that could be said for Sora's biological daddy, Cloud, who is not looking out for him. But I mean, really. Again, I suppose that is also something to delve into with The Little Mermaid, fable in and of itself, because I believe the original message of the story wasn't necessarily, you know, just don't give up your entire life for, you know, puppy love or just love in general, really, because I think, and again, based on what I remember of my readings of, like, I think essays on the original topic it was basically saying that the rewards of love are greater than all of the sufferings, which, again, if you've read the original story, yeah, that pretty much sums it up, really. Again, we do have some pretty decently long stretches of gameplay in which I will be able to recount this wonderful tale to you, but in the meantime, let's just enjoy the dulcet tones of Devil May Cry 2 with Unholy Relics, as it's titled on the soundtrack, for similar underwater portions. Yes, you will never hear Under the Sea ever again, well, at least not until Kingdom Hearts 2, where we have no choice but to listen to it, but more on that at a very much later date. Again, I mean, say what you will about Devil May Cry 2 as a game, but its soundtrack is fucking phenomenal. But in the meantime, let's go and see Ariel's side of the story. So again, this is pretty much the point in the movie. I'm pretty sure we get a song about her singing about all of her favorite things. And, in Jodie Benson's dulcet tones, which I believe actually, based on the trivia I read up actually, to do with, I think it was, like, mood lighting and to get her better into the atmosphere of The Little Mermaid, she actually ended up recording that song in the dark just to, you know, get a better feel for the atmosphere. So, yeah, I mean, method acting, man. It works. But again, it's pretty much just I think I might have already covered all this in the Chain of Memories playthrough anyway, but again, it's the teenage state of mind where you want to go out, you want to explore, you want to make your mark on the world, and again, in Ariel's case, she wants to, like, I don't know, really strike out and just see the world and all that it has to offer for the surface, which again makes sense considering that she spent the entirety of her life underwater and, you know, there's a lot of, well, honestly, there's more underwater stuff to explore than on land, really, if you consider the depths of the earth and all that, that's considered uninhabitable by humans, but, I mean, all the same, like, I don't know. It's just the foolhardiness of youth, the desire to explore, which I guess Sora could probably relate to, or at the very least, Riku, really. And, like, I mean, given the fact that the series seems to constantly push Sora and Kairi together, I guess that explains why he has a thing for redheads. And, to be honest, I don't really blame him, because apart from boobs, redheads are really attractive! And I don't know why I'm vamping up my voice to do weird things like this. Anyway, the point is that I think Sora and Ariel can kind of have a bit of a relation, at least in that respect. But what is this? Oh, there seems to be a thrash metal band, Flotsam and Jetsam, with the Jason Newsted spying on them.
Ha! Those impudent fools will never find the keyhole. But the girl could prove useful, and I've got the heartless on my side. Triton, my old friend, your day is coming.
And, yeah, also a bit of a fun fact, I believe, I think the original basis for Ursula's appearance was actually based on a drag queen, who I believe they were also initially going to get to voice her before they died of, like, an alcohol-related disease, so, yeah, kind of a shame, really. But anyway, this is another part of the reason why I dislike the obtrusive level design of Atlantica. Again, you might have seen like a dolphin currently swing around. Well, because that dolphin is a motherfucking pussy, or possibly just smart enough to get the fuck out of there and not fight the Heartless, yeah, they're pretty much just floating around. Again, you have to ride on him. There must have been a better turn of phrase to use other than that, but whatever. Again, basically all you need to do is just get on the dolphin to ride him, but you need to do it when you're out of combat because it's too scared of the Heartless, and if you're in battle mode you can't interact with them. See my point? Before you get the, you know, fin kick ability, you can't really go anywhere, so you pretty much have to rely solely on this waddly piece of shit. Again, like, I mean, it doesn't really provide much use here, aside from getting you towards the specific exits, because, I mean, at this point, you basically need to make your way over towards, well, a specific area that you can only access with the dolphin, because it's only fast enough to resist the currents, and I think you can see my point. It's a little bit difficult at this point, but again, you don't necessarily know that you need to use them. But again, the fact that he's just constantly swimming around basically means that you need to waste your time grinding for Heartless, killing them, and it all pretty much just becomes an exercise in frustration. So in the meantime, to mitigate that boredom, let us indulge in a bit of a Cliff Notes version of the original tale of The Little Mermaid. I'm going to give you culture, emotion, with the culture of the literature by the Hans Christian Andersen. It ruined every single fucking Christmas I ever had, but I'll go into that when we play Kingdom Hearts 3. You'll see why when we get there. Anyway, The Little Mermaid, read by Solidus-Skully, written by Hans Christian Andersen, apparently made by Disney and then gonna be butchered eventually by some fucking remake bullshit, saved only by the fact that we get to see some boobs! But again, let's go. Again, basically the tale of Little Mermaid is as such. Merfolk live for centuries, and basically the daughters of the royal family, when they turn 15, are allowed to drink deeply into the sights of the surface. Why they're not allowed to go before that, I guess is mainly kind of a similar reason as to why Triton is so protective of them, in case they get into danger, in case some fishermen try to catch them, or something or other. I don't know if it's really explained in the original tale, but whatever. Basically, the youngest one, I guess this was the basis for Ariel, drinks in the tales of what her older sisters tell of what it's like up there, and basically when the time comes, she rescues a human prince who was unconscious from a storm, leaves him near a temple where he can be found, but of course, she's fallen in love with him, probably because of the fact that he's one hunky guy, and as we all know, if we see a guy with a nice ass and a hot set of lips and a great dick, we want to fuck him up the ass. But of course, in order to, well, live on land, the fact that she can't do it without dissolving into foam when she traverses onto the surface, well, basically she makes a deal with a sea witch, not necessarily named Ursula, but it comes at a heavy cost. I mean, she can get legs and an inhuman grace, but again, by walking on the surface, it's basically like she's stepping on swords, and of course the mermaid must give her tongue, not necessarily her voice, but in fact her tongue, so she's no longer Mr. Tokyo, she's Miss Who Cut Out My Tongue. And basically, as payment, that's how she's gonna make the prince fall in love with her and marry her, so that she can gain a share in his soul and be human all her life, bearing in mind that she is in constant pain, can never speak, and, well, ostensibly is gonna be mute at a time period where, well, people don't necessarily tend to live long, but then again, maybe that's why she was hoping for that royal dick and cash flow to make her comfortable for the rest of her years. But of course, the prince finds her, loves her, and is charmed by her grace, and makes her a sort of pet. Not necessarily knowing that she was the one who saved him, and of course he is in fact intended to be betrothed to another bride, a temple maiden who he mistakes to be the one who found him on the shore and took him to safety. And of course he's delighted to marry the temple maiden because she is in fact a princess. And of course, with the woman distraught, unable to reveal the truth about the fact that she was the one who saved the prince rather than the temple maiden, she is instead given a last chance where if she kills the prince, she will turn back into a mermaid and can live out her centuries under the sea with her ill-gotten mermaid powers. But of course, she's unable to murder the man she still loves, throws away the knife, and basically dissolves into sea foam. Yeah, cheery stuff, and I think you can probably see why Disney decided to nix that ending when it came to adapting their version. So, yeah, it's kind of fucked up, but I think you can see the moral of the original tale, where it's basically less of a case of throwing your life away for true love, but instead allowing your true love to be happy, even though it is at a cost to you. So really, again, like I will still say it's quite a well-written story, even all this time later, really. I mean, fuck man, that's... Again, like, I mean, a lot of people don't give ancient literature enough credit, but I mean, there is a reason why stuff like this has persisted for so many fucking years, man, and it's part of the reason why I suppose Disney decided to make bank on it all the way back in the early days of the animation era, when they were king and everybody else was the bling. Blats, whatever. This is also another place where the mushrooms ended up spawning, and I believe, oh, I'll talk about it a little bit later, but you probably did see a part with the dancing mushroom with the pink love heart. But again, I'll talk about all that a little bit later when it's appropriate and we get to synthesis and all that kind of stuff. This is actually a, well again, it is kind of apropos that I'm playing Devil May Cry music because, yeah, giant shark attack. No doubt similar to the eel attack that you face. I think the boss was called the Gigapede in Devil May Cry 3. Hence why you heard the musical track. Oh yes, it's all a Devil May Cry reference today, and of course with this Cursed Giant. Yes, it is my favourite track in Devil May Cry 2, Cursed Giant. This shark is actually really fucking dangerous, but again, if you're strong enough with your Keyblade attacks, if you know how to use the powerful magics, you can take it down, no fuss, no muss, but again, it does show up on repeated attempts of going through here, so yeah, basically be sure to take it out nice and quick, and now that we have the Silver Trident, we can, well, return back to Ariel's grotto and make peace with everything. I don't really have much else to say, really. I'm just kind of enjoying the music, really. I believe we will see the mushrooms coming down right here, but or at least I think we will. Oh, no, wait, sorry, I edited that out, so we won't be able to talk about the mushrooms, because, hey, let's, you know, make this playthrough expedient. I mean, God knowing, there's been enough fucking schedule slip-ups to last a lifetime. Like, I mean, I haven't fucked up this badly since Silent Hill 3, and that's, not something I want to repeat, really, so, yeah. But, I mean, in any case, more Heartless, more grinding. Yeah, it's just fun on the bunk, kids. I really don't have much more to say. Like, I mean, I just recounted the story of the Little Mermaid, which I probably should have been doing a lot more for some of the other worlds, but hey, I think the Little Mermaid is still pretty coherent enough to, you know, warrant something. There is actually a little addendum that I might as well read off now, actually, about it. Instead of dying, the mermaid in fact rises from the water in the company of the Daughters of Air, benevolent spirits who after 300 years of good deeds will earn an immortal soul to go to heaven. So when they see good obedient children, their sentence is shortened, but if they see disobedient ones, it makes it longer, which seems kinda fucky if you ask me. Like, who the fuck had this, like, idea to say that, oh yeah, good kids will decide when and how you go to heaven, and disobedient ones, you know, just because they feel like a little shit can make you, stay in hell longer. Like, that doesn't seem so much of, like, the spirits or the souls themselves trying to earn good deeds so much as it is being based on other people, which, I don't know, it doesn't really seem fair. Like, fuck that, man. But anyway, on that note, I am Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and I'll see you next time on the Kingdom Hearts commentary. Bye-bye. Oh wait, I do still actually have one more thing to say, but I'll talk about that when it's applicable.
Ariel, you've disobeyed me again. I told you not to leave the palace.
Daddy, no! How could you?
Young man, you're not from another ocean. You're from another world, aren't you?
Huh?
Then you must be the key bearer.
How did you know?
You may fool Ariel, but you can't fool me. You don't know your dorsal fin from your tail. As the key bearer, you must already know one must not meddle in the affairs of other worlds.
Of course I know that, but...
You have violated this principle. The key bearer shatters peace and brings ruin.
Oh, Sora's not like that.
I thank you for saving my daughter, but there is no room in my ocean for you or your key.
By the way, unless Kingdom Hearts Union Cross has something to, like, say about any of this, the whole King Trident knowing about Keyblades and shit, never brought up in the series, like, whatsoever as far as I know.
My, the poor child suffers such deep sorrow. What a pity. If only there was something we could do. Wait, maybe she can be of some help. Yes, Maybe she can be of some help to you.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, she would surely help you. She'd make all your dreams come true. Ursula can help. You called, my dear?
You're Ursula. Well, I was just wondering if...
It's all right. Helping others is what I live for. Let me guess. You wish to see other worlds. That shouldn't be too hard. After all, your new friends came from another world.
What?
But they had special help. That mysterious key. Now, cheer up, sweetie. You have something special, too.
Huh?
Now listen carefully.